Hi, this is Kathleen Lejean with the Pro Bono Project. We are so pleased that you joined us today. We are having a community talk moment with our volunteer attorney, Zara Zeringue. Ms. Zeringue is from Covington, Louisiana, where she has her firm, Zeringue and Associates. Thank you so much for joining us today. Zara, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, we really appreciate your time, and we really appreciate you sharing your expertise on a small succession. This is, I understand, an opportunity for those in the state of Louisiana. So we appreciate you telling us more. What is a small succession, and when does it apply?
All right, well, this topic is very important, I think, especially I found through, our experience through Hurricane Katrina. Suddenly we had, families that had been living in a family home for generations, and had not ever opened a succession. And then, through FEMA requirements, there had to be a clear title of who owned the property. And all of a sudden there was like this mad rush to figure out who really owned the property. And there was a big scramble. And so I hope that one of the lessons that we take from that, both in just the general community and the legal community for our clients, is to offer and advise the community about a small affidavit succession. And because people don't really realize that it's available. They think, oh, I'm going to have to hire an attorney and it's going to be complicated and expensive. And they just never, they just don't want to ever really get around to doing it. I mean, that's understandable, but a small succession affidavit is something that you can do in form. It's an affidavit. So it applies to any successions that are worth less than $125,000. Okay, so that's a big amount of money. So you can do a small succession affidavit in a lot of cases for a lot of people that otherwise wouldn't. There's lots of people that I run into that they might have a vehicle in their name, and that's it. Or they get their Social Security check in one bank account and they have a vehicle, and that's and some stuff in their house. That's pretty much it. So, but how it is with the DMV, and you have like these rules and complications, and so this is like one way to easily take care of that. The small succession affidavit is required to be signed by the surviving spouse, if there is one, and an adult heir. Okay, if there is no surviving spouse, then you need 2 adult heirs to do that. And they actually have a form on the internet, small succession affidavit, and brings you through the process of how to do that. And I think most people could print that out on their own or go to a notary, and it wouldn't be that expensive to do. The alternative is like to do a formal succession, which can be quite expensive. I mean, that could be $300 to $600 to file, and upwards if you have to request permission to sell things from the court. Then the court costs just kind of go from there. But the small succession affidavit is like super simple. I think it would apply to a lot of people, and it would just put people in a position to be ready. Unfortunately, if we have some situation arise that you need to act kind of like quickly, or just to get that vehicle out your driveway that's been sitting there, and you don't know what to do with it because it belonged to somebody that's deceased, but they didn't have anything else, and so you don't know what to do. So.
That's great. So it's something that can be used on what we call movables, like you mentioned vehicles, as well as real estate, like immovables.
Correct.
Well, that's wonderful. And do you have to, at a certain point, this is for when someone has passed away, so they don't have to have a will to do a small succession, or do you?
No, they don't have to have a will to do it. The criteria is that the value is less than 125,000. So.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for letting us know more about small successions today. We really appreciate your time. And thank you. If anyone viewing this has any other questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. And we look forward to our future community talk moments with you. Thank you so much, Ms. Zeringue.
You're welcome. Thank you.